New games, huge upgrade, an iconic character is back, new demo, new sale, and more. We have so much to talk about today, but before that, please make sure you subscribe to Nothing But Gaming. Make sure to turn on notifications and smash that like button. Your support helps the channel more than you know, and is very much appreciated. Alright, now that you're subscribed, let's talk PSVR2. What better way to kick off this episode than to talk about an upcoming shovelware title that is launching, presumably in just 2 days. Meet Abyss Backrooms pulls Horror VR, one of CGI Labs' many upcoming shovelware titles. This one should launch this Sunday, August 31st, according to the PlayStation Store listing. And if this listing is accurate, meaning if it's not just a placeholder, then needless to say, I do not recommend you spend a penny on this trash. It's a trap, guys. Don't fall for the bait.
Orders are waiting for you. Items to be restored. Behind each of them, there is a different, fascinating story.
Workshop Simulator VR is a simulation game where you take on the role of a workshop owner, equipped with a range of specialized tools. Become a master of restoring various items. Take on increasingly complex tasks. Earn money, build your reputation. Buy new tools, replenish resources, and expand your workshop. Developed and published by VR Factory Games, Workshop Simulator VR launches on PSVR2 next Thursday, September 4th.
Advanced projects. Expand your workshop.
No. Give up the screwed stop. Go. Ah, shit. I'm down.
Chiffre from Casino Royale, played by the legendary Mads Mikkelsen, returns to Hitman World of Assassination. Now this limited time event was available a while back, if you guys remember, but in case you missed it, then this is your chance to experience it at no additional cost. Quote unquote, play for free from August 25th until September 14th, and earn a unique reward for 007 First Light. So not only do you get to play this awesome mission for free, but you'll also be rewarded. So what are you waiting for? The PlayStation Store did it again, and fooled us with an imaginary release date for Aces of Thunder. I reached out to Gaijin Distribution, and they told me they never planned to release their highly anticipated flight sim on September 2nd. So guys, looks like we're playing the waiting game, once again. Lumines Arise, one of the upcoming PSVR2 games that Sony chose to announce at the last state of play, is officially coming to PSVR2 on November 11th. The game is now available to pre-order on the PlayStation Store for $39.99 for the Standard Edition and for $44.99 for the Deluxe Edition, with a 10% pre-order discount for PS Plus subscribers. Digital Deluxe Edition buyers will receive some exclusive avatars and nameplates referencing other games including Humanity, Tetris Effect, Res Infinite, and our lovely Astrobot. But that's not all. A free flat screen demo is now available for all PS5 users, and it includes 3 single-player stages and the Burst Battle multiplayer mode. Keep in mind that this demo is only playable in flat screen, and it will be available until September 3rd. PSSR is here, and No Man's Sky is the first game to reap the rewards. This is a huge deal, guys. I already made a video on this, so make sure to check it out because I don't want to be a broken record. But basically what this means is if you have a PS5 Pro, then No Man's Sky should look a lot better now, thanks to Sony's AI upscaler. I didn't test this myself since I don't have a PS5 Pro, but this excellent footage from YouTube channel Dave Does VR confirms it. It's a massive upgrade. But of course this is not just about No Man's Sky. This is just the beginning, as PS5 Pro owners can look forward to more games supporting this feature, which will give them better visuals and more frames per second. I saw a few people online undermining this as I usually do with anything PSVR2 related, and my god, you have no idea how stupid you look. Let's just think about this for a second. I want you to imagine a near future in which RE9 releases on PSVR2. You can play it on base PS5, 60 FPS using reprojection like RE8 and RE4, or you can play it on the Pro and not only does the game look sharper and more stable, with noticeably less aliasing and shimmering, but you also get to enjoy that higher fidelity at a native 90 FPS, thanks to the combination of PSSR and eye-tracked foveated rendering. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I have no idea whether or not we're getting RE9 on PSVR2, although it would be very bizarre if we don't. But all I'm saying is, this is the potential. And if you still can't see how big of a deal this is, then I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, let's check out the free new content in No Man's Sky latest update.
This is for the explorers, the wanderers, where others see darkness. They see stories to be told, worlds waiting to be found. They expand our horizons. They reach farther. They go first, while others sleep. They dream.
Liam, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm so scared, Mom.
Listen to me, sweetie. There's not much time to explain. I need you to stay on the phone with me.
The Obsessive Shadow is an upcoming PSVR2 game that should have been released in the first half of 2025. And yet here we are, August 2025, and the game hasn't launched yet. We should get a taste of the game very soon though, as this week a new listing emerged on the PlayStation Store, and it's for the Obsessive Shadow Chapter 2 Sewers demo. We also found out from the developer himself on the PSVR subreddit that they plan to put out a Chapter 1 demo before Chapter 2 releases, and that we should expect both demos to drop sometime in October. The PlayStation Store refund process just got a lot easier. I'm not talking about the refund policy, by the way. That's still the same. It still sucks. I mean, it's 2025, and Sony is asking you to not download the game to get a refund. But you also have to request your refund within 14 days of purchase, which is absurd. However, the process itself is a lot more convenient now. You won't have to contact PlayStation support and wait for an agent to get back to you anymore. Now you just gotta open your PlayStation app, go to PS Store, hit the 3 horizontal lines at the top right corner, then transaction history, and then tap any purchase and choose the request refund option. This is a step in the right direction, but again, the whole refund policy is a joke, and Sony needs to do something about that ASAP. New week, new sale on the PlayStation Store. God, I have no idea how people do dedicated sale videos. Believe me, I tried. But what am I gonna say? This game is awesome, buy it before the sale ends and repeat the same thing over and over again for the next 5 minutes. Anyways, these are the games that you should consider buying during this sale. Resident Evil Village, only $9.99, that's a steal. Hellsweeper VR, only $13.99, also a great deal. No Man's Sky, especially if you have a PS5 Pro, is discounted to $23.99. Arizona Sunshine Remake, this is one of my favorites. I had a lot of fun with this one, only $14.99. Metro Awakening, my personal 2024 Game of the Year, only $23.99. And if you're willing to spend a little bit more, then I would recommend to get the Metro Awakening plus Arizona Sunshine 2 bundle, as $38.99 is a great price to pay for two of the best PSVR2 games out there. The sale ends on September 11th, so you have about 2 weeks.
Or not. Run!
Before closing this video, I have one more thing. You guys know that Into Black launched yesterday on PSVR2. Make sure to check out my review, by the way. It's a fantastic port. So, to celebrate the occasion, here's a free NA code for Into Black. Congratulations to the lucky winner, and I hope you enjoy it. For the rest of you who did not make it in time, stick around and hopefully next time it will be you. And that's gonna have to do it for this video, guys. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and share. Take care of yourselves, and I'll leave you now with some fascinating behind the scenes footage of Skydance's Behemoth.
You will make a fine sacrifice. Prepare your soul for death.
It's been a huge challenge to take the legacy of some of the best melee combat in VR and try to push it to the absolute next level.
We wanted to be more intuitive. It's not merely about you just hacking through it. It's the player being able to solve a combat puzzle and use their abilities to synergize really brutal and gratifying outcomes.
If you look back at The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, you fight a lot of walkers. Walkers can't really fight back. In Behemoth, we flipped that completely. You come up against one marauder, it's life or death. We wanted you to go toe-to-toe with enemies that had the same skill set that you have. All of those systems had to be built up.
First, we wanted combat to be grounded and weighty. We didn't want the player to feel like they were holding a foam sword and swinging it around. When you hold a sword in our game, it has weight, it has heft. We do that primarily through haptics. So as you are blocking attack, as you are performing attacks, you'll get the haptic feedback in your controllers. Also, we didn't want enemies to essentially line up and wait to be killed by the player. They will reposition around you, they will throw daggers, they will shoot arrows, and oftentimes they'll try to flank.
Adding more skill to VR combat involved creating enemy AI and enough combat animations to respond to all of the things that the player can do. You really have to watch and learn and think before you go in for that strike.
There are 3 factions, and within each of those factions, we have 5 unit types. We didn't want every faction just be a copy paste of one another and just be a different skin. The player is always getting feedback from their controller, the character that they're interacting with, and then the audio feedback.
Some of the important sounds in a combat encounter that you really want to hear when you're playing in VR is like all of the VO barks of the enemies.
This place will be your tomb.
Your weapons clanging against each other when you're like blocking versus when you're parrying. What it sounds like when an enemy knocks a bow from a distance. You want to hear all that different like variety in sound so that you know what's going on around you. All of those different material surface hits need to be accounted for, and we needed to like create like a large variety of assets to support that. In the engine, we have real-time parameter controls, which will dynamically drive those sounds depending on how hard the player is striking a surface. It really makes each encounter in the game feel unique and special.
One of the things we want to do is ensure we hit that mental model of what the player expects sword combat to be. So severing was chief amongst that.
When you sever a person's arm, we want to like chop it right at the spot where your blade made contact. We want to allow you to dismember your enemies in any way that occurs to you.
The visceral nature of that action, it never gets old. Every time it puts a smile on my face, however psychotic that sounds.
What makes our combat system unique and different and next level is experimentation and creativity are core tenets to the combat experience.
I want to see someone do a fists-only run. I believe there's someone out there. There is some gifted VR warrior out there that's going to make my dream of seeing a fists-only run come true.